Welcome to Genazareth Resources Nigeria Limited. Genazareth Resources Nigeria Limited is an indigenous oil and gas company that offers technical services to the oil and gas companies in Nigeria. It was formed by professionals well experienced in the oil and gas operations with a cumulative experience of over 20 years. The company was established with a vision to be the industry leader, admired by all for its quality service delivery, passion for excellence, and promotion of local content. Her mission is to collaborate with world-class firms to design, develop, and deliver high-impact technical services and training programs that produces outstanding human performance in organization. The services offered are constructions and fabrication services, non-destructive testing services, OCTG, which means inspecting services procurement, training, which covers HSCE, QAQC, ISO, and welding. In this documentary, Genazareth is showcasing an aspect of its services, which is the orbital TIG welding. TIG welding, which means tungsten inert gas, is a type of welding that requires the welder to use two hands to weld. What separates TIG welding from most other welding processes is the way the arc is created and how the feeder metal is added. When TIG welding, one hand is used for holding the TIG torch that produces the arc, and the other hand is to add the filler metal to the weld joint. Orbital TIG welding is an advancement from the conventional manual TIG welding to a mechanized process given to a higher precision and increased production. It is a specialized area of welding where the welding arc is mechanically rotated around a static workpiece continuously. This is an ideal welding technique for use on items where a strong weld is hard to achieve due to welding positions and size. The process of orbital welding allows the welder to have complete control of the weld pool by achieving a perfect balance between gravitational force and surface tension. Since orbital welding is mechanized, that perfect balance can be achieved without putting the welder in danger or creating faulty wear. While a welder is needed to monitor the welding process, they are not required to perform the welds manually.
Hello guys, welcome to the welding course in the mechanized, or you can say the orbital welder. This machine, DC welder generator from the AWS, and this is a welding dispenser which feeds the wire, and this is the head which controls the electron, or control the welding torch. Now, basic is a mechanized, or you can say orbital welder, which makes very easy to weld the production instead of the patch. So if you want more production, the welding of same kind of same diameter, same material, this is very useful. Now, I will show you some components of this machine. This is a DC welder generator, and on this, and this is, you can see, this is the remote control by which you can program each and every weld. Regarding the connection of this machine, the first connection goes to the positive terminal. Is called the clamping to the job. You can see this is position is going to the clamping, the same as your manual weld what we are going to do there. And this is a negative terminal which goes to your electron, the same as your manual one. Now, another thing is there, the gas. What we use in the manual, we are using the same as the gas in this machine. You can see these three holes connected to the backside of the machine. It comes through this black hole on the top. Now, difference here is that we are using the coolant. You can see this red hose and blue hose over here. From this blue hose, this coolant goes to the torch for the cooling purpose because it is electron. is producing around 4,800 degrees Celsius heat. To cool down that, we require the cooler. Okay. So from this green hose, blue hose, it will go to the torch, and the coolant will come back. Hot coolant will come back to this red hose. That is clear. The difference is what now? In manual argon we use a cool liquid. Here we are using the cooler. Another thing that we can use the wire field dispenser. We can connect this wire field dispenser to the main machine, so that automatically wire can be filled. Instead of using hand, we can directly fill the wire to the job. That is what this is here. Now, another thing, you can come here. This is the called open head. Sometimes we can use the closed head also. This is the open head. And it has, you can see, this is the electrode, this is a torch. In the torch, you can get the gas from the machine, you can get the coolant from the machine. Okay, this is the electrode we have attached over here. Now, this is the cover over here, and main thing is in the machine is that they have provided the HF antenna. This HF antenna is very, very important to generate the arc. That is important. Now you see here, this head. This head has handles, clampers. You can remove this. You can remove and lock the head to the pipe. You can see here there is a clamps. It's very simple clamps. What we also call the two jaws connecting together, and this torch is held by this connector here. So that this torch is movable. You see this? It can be moved. Whenever you want to do the set, you can set it just pulling this, and it will be done. Okay, it's back. So once you clamp this head, you have to check the gap between the electrode and the pipe. Once this gap is set, then you can see that this particular head will move on 360 degree, so that we can get the weld 360 degree, complete weld in one stroke. Understand?
Yes.
Okay. Now you can see this. If you want to change the electrode, suppose your electrode is damaged, you can change the electrode by using this knob. Simply remove this one, and you can take out the electrode from this cup, and you can fit it down. That's what simple is. Now in this head, you can see you don't need to maintain the speed by hand. You don't need to maintain the gap between the electrode and workpiece by hand. So that is not here. In the manual welding, we have to maintain the torch in one hand, feed the wire in one hand, and do the welding. So we have to maintain the gap as well as the speed. But here, due to this head, there is no need of maintaining the gap and speed by us. It is already done by the machine or this head. That is what the important thing is. To the remote control. This remote control, once you come here, you can see this screen. Okay, we'll just show you how to insert this electrode in the electrode torch. It's very simple. This is the cup, ceramic cups, and this knob. Simply remove this cup. You can simply remove that and remove the old electrode from here. Simply put back over here, and this electrode we have to insert through this cup and tie it by this one. Make sure this electrode is coming out from the torch. You see this here? It's supposed to be 3 times of the electrode diameter.
Okay.
Remember this.
Yeah.
Now, once you fit the electrode, you see, you can just maintain the gap over here. This gap is supposed to be a 1.8 mm between the pipe and the electrode. You can use the filler for that. Program for welding any particular diameter, material, or thickness of the material. First, on the screen you see, we have to select the language.
Yeah.
So we are selecting the British language over here. Once you select the language, you see the screen is user.
Yeah.
In user, once you click the user, you see the administrator, welder, and operator.
Yeah.
Why this is required? Because administrator has a right to change everything in the machine. Welder has a right to program for particular weld only and operate it. An operator has only right to follow that particular program. He cannot modify anything. Okay. Now what we'll do that, we will go to the administrator. You have to input your password over here.
Okay.
Once you enter the password, you see this is the screen. In that screen, you see the program.
Okay.
We can add it, modify it, read it, and it is for welding parameters. You can enter over here, and you can read the program what you made it. This is for adjustments. First, I will tell you how to generate the programs. See in the screen, enter the add, so we can generate the new program over here. Now you can see here everything is filled up. So there are a lot of programs over here. So temporarily, what we will do that we will erase one program.
Okay.
Now we will generate one program.
Yeah.
See, this is 34 number is our program sequence. So just click it over here. Once you see this page, you have to enter which type of head you are using. You see the head over there? See, our head is SATO115E. So it is already there. It's already configured in the machine. So you click here over there. Then you come to the asking what diameter you are using.
Okay.
So suppose our pipe has a diameter 59 mm. And he's asking thickness. What thickness you are welding? So it is 2 mm. And then asking for the material. What type of material you are welding? You can see there are number of materials over here. So we are welding the steel. So you have to click on the steel.
Yeah.
So once it is done, you have to go ahead and select which type of groove you are welding. There are square, V, lot of grooves are there. So, but this machine specifically for the squared groove. So we are selecting the squared groove over here, and we have to save this program. Now once you save the program, that was basic information. Now it's asking what type of passes you are going to use. Because of the thickness, you can use the number of passes. So as our thickness is only 2 mm, we will use only one pass. You can click on the 0. And we'll ask, what is the pass name? You can say it is the root, because it's only one pass. Now, he's asking, what do you want to do? Because we have options. We can do tacking, fusion, slow fusion, tacking, auto, everything. This machine can do tacking plus fusion also. So I will show you tacking, auto plus fusion. Means it will tack and it will the fusion also. So we have to move ahead. Now he's asking the position of the head, because this machine don't know what is the position of the torch over there. He's asking from where you have to start. So go to the auto positioning and select the position of the head. You see the picture over here? It shows the head position. So click on this position as it is our position like this. Close it and go ahead. Now he's asking how many tacks you require. Okay. Because our diameter is only small diameter, so we are using only 4 tacks. So we will click the number of 4 and we'll go ahead. Now he's asking what is the current requirement, because thickness is very small, so we'll modify it and make it the 50 amperage. Now he's asking what is the current required for your welding passes for fusion. Now you go to the its current requirement. Now welding speed. This machine itself can generate his old welding speed amperage, but depend upon the material. So for our material, we have already decided some parameters we are inputting over here. So it's 110 is the speed we required for our material. It depends upon the material thickness, diameter. So once you've done it, just try to save all information. Is because other parameters are automatically saved and generated. Okay. So you save your program. Once you save the program, now you have to do the welding. Go to the welding option. Again, go to the weld and you select your program number. Once you select the program number, just click your pass, water pass you are going to weld. Then just click ahead and you see that there is a switch called start. Once you switch on the start, your welding will start. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, once you check it here.
Thank you for joining us in this question and answer session.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate your presence, being our mechanized welding trainer in necessary resources.
No, I supposed to be thankful for the Genesaret to organizing such a wonderful training. First time, I think.
Yes.
And the first in Western Africa, the first machine.
Yes.
Is that providing the mechanized, or you can say the orbital welding trainer. So they are training on that. Is a very good opportunity for the welders to enhance their knowledge, do something different from the conventional. It's very good initiative, and I find that the machine itself is very good, and it's very easy to handle by the welder. So it is not necessary that somebody is supposed to have a hard welder. It's like that. He's supposed to have some small knowledge of welding. He has done some welding, and that for that person, this welding machine is very good for that.
Okay. Well, that brings me to the second question. Even though you've already answered part of it, but I want you to please elaborate on it. Do the trainees, the intending trainees, do they need to have the knowledge of the manual TIG welding training?
Yes. Yeah, it's very good question. It's very good question. Because as we are saying that this is something advanced. This training is some advanced training in the welding itself. So if you're doing something advanced, we need some basic platform. So for creating the basic platform, manual welding is compulsory. To know what is the welding, particularly the TIG welding, what is the parameters, everything, what we set. They're supposed to know the basic things. Once you know the basic things, then they can enjoy the mechanized, or that is called automatic training. That's beneficial, of course.
Okay. Will you not say is the difference between the manual TIG welding and the mechanized welding?
Yeah, of course, this is a huge difference in the manual and mechanized. That's called orbital training. See, this concept orbital or mechanized training comes because sometimes we require a good production. Same parameters, same diameter, same thickness, same material. So we required a quantity and quality both at one time. That's one. But in manual, we are achieving the quality, but we are not achieving the quantity in the manual itself. Of course, TIG manual itself, it has a high quality welding. But we want a quality in the production, high rate of the production. So that's why we require the mechanized, that is called orbital training or orbital welder itself.
Okay. What would be your word of advice to intending trainees that will be coming for this?
See, frankly speaking, mechanized or orbital welding is more simpler than manual welding, because as a welder, he has to do more hard work to practice it and get the skill by hand. His brain, hand has to be occupied over there. But it's a concept now in the welder that they have to do very hard work. But if they go for mechanized or orbital welding, they will find that it's so very easy to operate that machine and achieve the good quality without any too much hard work as we require in the manual weldings. You can achieve quality as well as production, and there is age that it is not necessary he is supposed to be welder. Any welding inspector, welding engineer, he can configure the program and start the welding. It's very easy. I think last point was wrong.
Mr. Rajesh, what would be your word to Genesaret as a company being the first company?
First of all, I will thankful to Genesaret. So he started certain different kind of training. It's new for here, I think, and it's mechanized welding. It itself is new, something different kind of training we are doing here. So it's Genesaret has given opportunity to the Nigerian welder that they will come up with the very highly skilled welders.
The training duration for both the theoretical and practical classes is 2 weeks. We have testimonies from many of the trainees on their experiences during their programs.
I'm Benjamin Bassi by name, from Akwa Ibom. No, I was not a welder. The training has contributed to me a lot because when I came here, I didn't know. As in, when I first started, I thought I wouldn't be able to make it. But now, I'm very okay and I can tell somebody that I'm a welder, that I've benefited a lot from the strength. Yeah, I can rate myself as a welder, not just as in only a welder, a combination welder. Yeah, this is my first time of doing mechanized welding. I can say the mechanized welding was very cool. It was enjoyable and it was lovely. And I'm also a mechanized operator now. After this training, I see myself going higher. No, I was not. The first thing I will tell them is determination. No matter the challenges, though there might be some challenges, whatever the challenges might be, never give up. Because when I came, like I said earlier, I thought I wouldn't be able to make it. But as time was going, that was when I realized that, wow, I was growing. What I have to say to them is that may God Almighty continue to bless them for this greater opportunity they have given unto me.
My name is Inubiang Michael Okon. No, I was not a welder. I'm now a welder. Okay, in the aspect of safety, I've learned more about safety. Unlike before, I was seeing welding like a dirty job. But now that I'm into it, I know that welding is a great job. Okay, when I came here, I had no welding experience. But now I can say I am a smart welder, I am a guitar welder, I am an orbital welder, as in I'm a mechanized welder. I am good at it. I can be tested and I'm sure I will pass my test if I'm tested. Yeah, this is my first time. Yeah, mechanized welding is a beautiful kind of welding, a stress-free kind of welding. And the more you get into it, the more you enjoy the welding. Mechanized welding is a welding that does not require much of your strength. It only requires your number 6, like your operation. You just need to understand how to program the welding. So if you're good in program, once you get the ethic of programming, it is okay. It is a beautiful kind of welding. Yeah, like I said earlier on, in the aspect of safety, as in when I came here, I was not this safety conscious, but getting to learn about welding, I've learned so many things. Like most of the roadside welder, I've learned that there are things like hand gloves, eye goggles, and other things. In the aspect of safety, I am okay with it. Now enjoy welding. I see welding from another aspect. That welding is not just welding a gate or welding a wheelbarrow or shovel. There are other aspects of welding in which I believe I will learn more and more of it. At first, when I came here, I had this. The first day I came in, we were supposed to write a test. I was scared. But while I was going into it, I was telling myself, if others were able to do it, then I will do it. So today I can stand out to say I am a welder. So any training coming up, just don't look down on yourself. If others are able to acquire this skill, then it is okay. The more you understand it, the more you get into it, the more you become a welder. It's not a day, it's not a night something, but once you listen to what your instructors are telling you every day, it builds you. Well, welding is not something you are born into it. No, you grow into welding. So just build that confidence that you are able to accomplish every task you are given. That God bless them and strengthen them the more.
My name is David Salvanos Ntene. I am the class rep for Niger Star 7 training in Genesaret Resources, Nigeria Limited.
Before coming for this one, were you ever a welder?
I have a little knowledge about welding before I come in.
So now that you've done this, come for this welding training, and the little one you've done before, what are the basic difference between the one you learned before now and this one you have gone through?
Actually, my coming to this place has impacted impacted me enough because the kind of welding we are doing here is oil and gas standard, and we are trained on heavy duty welding and not on simple welding like structural. No, we are trained on heavy duty such as thick plate or pipeline welding, and we are also trained on your competency of the job, being sure that whatever you are doing is accurate and perfect. So I am very happy of being a welder.
In line with that, so what do you rate yourself as now?
Actually, now I am a person that rates myself as a bona fide welder, and I'm happy to be a welder because anytime at all I am called upon to prove as a welder, I'm ready.
During your training, you did SMAL. What are the different welding processes you did?
Yeah, I am able to achieve SMAL, which is the 111, and I have also achieved argon welding, which is the thick welding, as well as 141. I also achieve mechanized welding. So I am proud to be in this process of welding.
Okay, that's good. I believe this is the first time you are doing mechanized type of welding.
Actually, it is true.
And looking at that, what will you say? Tell us something about this mechanized welding.
Mechanized welding is all about using machine to weld whatever joint you need to weld. It is not you are safe that is operating yourself manually as in case of SMAL, but it is the machine that is doing the work for you. The only thing you need to do is for you to be able to program the machine according to the parameters of what you are going to weld. Then the machine will weld everything for you. So it is
as an advanced welding compared to what you learned.
That is it. I see it as advanced welding because it is not a welding that can be used in the roadside way. It is an advanced that can be handled by special jobs and special companies.
So what advice would you give an upcoming trainees that wants to be part of welding? What advice would you give them?
What I have to tell them is to put efforts whenever they have the zeal to come in for welding. They should put more effort in the sense that they should encourage themselves, not looking at welder is a kind of, because in those days they used to say welding will blind your eyes, but it is not so. Welding, the way I look at it, if you take the safety precautions in order, you can do welding for quite a length of your life, of long time. It is not something you begin to fear, you interrupt fear within you, that if you go for welding, you are going to die or you will not be productive or your eye will be blind. No. But what I see in welding is that there are safety precautions you must take into consideration, such as you must make sure you keep yourself just like at what you can see me, and you must make sure when you go into operation, at least you make sure you close your nose to keep you protected from the fumes that comes out from the weld. You must also make sure that your eyes are always protected, even your ears, because even the grinding machine we are using has up to about 80% of decibel, which can blind you, which can damage your eardrum if you are not taking into precaution. And as well, you must make sure that you keep yourself, because if you don't keep yourself, you expose yourself to weld, then you could be affected. But if you take the safety precautions in order, then you will enjoy welding for quite a long time.
Thank you very much. Please, what will you say to the sponsors of this program and the facilitators?
I am very happy to be among the people that they choose me to come and be among this program. And as such, my saying to them is thank you, and I don't know how I can express my thanks to them, because they have actually impacted my life to be a welder both in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. So I can, in fact, my sponsors, I'm very much happy, and I can tell them good. I can tell them God bless them, and I equally tell them to continue with their good work. Even where they train us here, the instructors, I am happy that I am among those people. I can equally say that God should bless the instructors. The owner of this yard who has given us a good hand, I am happy I am happy also that I am among the people who with this yard has also bring me to light. And as such, I say God bless the owner of this yard. My sponsors, Niger Star 7 Nigeria, NCD, and I also thank them. And I also pray for God to give them more grace to be able to do this to Nigerians, and as they may call upon to do it.
My name is Faith. I'm a Onka.
Okay. Please introduce yourself properly.
My name is Faith Onka.
It's so nice seeing a lady being one of the trainees. Before now, were you a welder? Before coming for this program?
Yes, I was a welder before. I weld stick, smart.
Good. And now, how will you? What's the difference when you came then, when you were a welder then, and now you've gone through these different processes of small, TIG, and mechanized welding? What is the difference?
Okay, now the difference between before and now is now I'm fully a combination welder. I'm a combination welder now. I can weld stick, the argon welding. I can weld small. I can weld robotic welding. That's the orbit welding. So I'm now a fully certified combination welder. So meaning I can weld all processes, different materials, as long as whatever they bring, I can weld it.
Wow, so nice to hear from a lady. So how can you rate yourself now? Rate yourself as a welder.
Like I said, now I'm a very certified combination welder. I can weld all type of welding materials, stick, aluminium, stainless steel, anything they bring for me, I can weld it now because I was trained properly and the processes I've not done before. Like before, I did only stick welding, which is the small. But now TIG is included, then the robotic welding, that's the orbit, mechanized welding. So I'm a full welder now. There's no welding that I cannot do.
Okay, looking at it and see that you went through a process called mechanized welding. What's it all about, mechanized welding?
Mechanized welding is a welding process that is an orbit welding. It's not like the normal welding that we do. It's a mechanized process where you just bring the bulb like a robot and place it to the pipe. As long as you feed the pipe properly, it will just weld by itself. Your own is to program the machine. After programming it, then the orbit welding machine will just weld it. That's why it's mechanized. So all your own is just to fix it. But the other processes you have to go through welding it yourself, routing, passing, and doing other things. But this one, you just prepare your pipe properly, then fix it to the orbit machine, and then it will just do the automatic welding. So it's a robotic welding, automatic welding. You're not doing anything, just to program it and it will start welding.
Okay. Looking at this mechanized welding, how has the knowledge of this mechanized welding helped you in your offshore job? Because I would know you've gone offshore and to practice what you've learned.
Yeah.
So how has it helped you? How was it able to help you when you went offshore?
It has really helped me a lot because before I went offshore, I heard that's what they are doing. But I've never trained as a mechanized welder before. But as long as when I got here, they taught me what to do. They taught me about the machine. So when I got offshore, even if they were experts there, so I was able to, I can say I can compete with them when they say we should start welding, because what they know, I now know it. So I can do the processes as long as I'm given the job to do. I can take up the job. I'm not scared of anything that has to do with mechanized.
Wow,
because I'm certified.
Wow. And
yes.
as the first female mechanized,
woo!
It's so nice talking to you.
Yeah.
A word of advice for the sponsors and Niger 7
Well,
facilitators.
Whoa, it's fantastic. The program has been so fantastic. We thank Niger 7 who has brought this to our table. We thank Genesaret Resources who has made this possible. At least they are the one that carry out the training. They made us what we are today. So God should bless all of them and
Yes, thank you so very much. The first female mechanized welder.
Yes.
We appreciate your report. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, my name is Idonwasit Edet. I'm from Akwa Ibom State. I'm one of the Niger 7 trainees here in Genesaret Resources Training School, Welding Training School.
Wow. Okay, it's so nice having you. Were you a welder before you come for this training?
Yes, I was a welder, but I was more into flux core welding.
Okay, so what is now the difference? What will you say is the difference between now and then?
The difference between now and then is that now I am very vast and versatile. I came here as basically a one process man, but now I can do the Jital comfortably, I can do the smile comfortably, and I can also do the mechanized welding comfortably, which is the high point of our training.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. That's good. Talking of now with all the ones you've said, so rate yourself as a welder. What will you tell yourself? Say yes. Are you good? Are you very strong in welding now? So rate yourself.
If I don't want to be exaggerative, I would say I'm very, very good.
Okay. Yeah.
Without exaggerating, I would say I'm very, very good. And I know that my performance record with the training school would attest to that too.
That's good. Wow. Okay. Well, I believe this is the first time of going through this mechanized type of welding.
Yes.
So
definitely.
what would you say about the mechanized type of welding? What's it all about? How has it impacted you? How has it impacted your welding training?
It's a very easy process, and having gone through it, I appreciate the innovation in technology. Because before now, it has always been, the manual stuff. But now with the mechanized welding, we see that it's a lot easier. There is always room for improvement. Things can always be made easier. That's what I've seen there. Because even if you want to look at the length of time it takes you to master the manual welding, it doesn't take that long to master the mechanized. And the quality of weld you obtain with the mechanized process is far superb.
That's so good to know. So it is very, very good in mechanized welding now.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, looking at it, your knowledge of the mechanized welding, how has it been able to help you when you went offshore? How has it been able to help you? How was it able to help you in your work offshore then?
Offshore, okay. When I went offshore, of course that wasn't the first time, but this is the first time I was actually working in the firing line, and the major process used there was the mechanized welding. And we having to work with the foreigners there, nothing was new. We found it very easy to be integrated into the team, because everything we found there were already things we have seen. Yeah, it was made the job a lot easier.
That's good. So, in your own word of advice to the intending trainees, upcoming people that wants to go to train, what will you tell them?
What I would tell them is, we know a lot of people believe so much, including myself, believe so much in the God factor. But aside from the God factor, there is also room for personal determination and hard work. It plays a very vital role in what you have to become in life. Before I had this opportunity, personally, I was determined to go and learn TIG and small welding on my own. And then the opportunity came through Niger 7. So before I even go further, I would say I'm very grateful to them. Wow. Honestly, very grateful.
To the last one, which is
no, I've not finished yet. I'm not done yet. Yeah, as a word of advice to intending welders, it's a very nice industry. So, like I said, apart from the God factor, there is room for personal determination and hard work. They should believe more in themselves. Whatever they have as a target, even if the resources are not there to finance it, let it be that the determination is there first. And then, like I always say, an opportunity that meets you unprepared will only make mockery of you. So if you are prepared and then the opportunity comes, you will grab it.
Yeah.
That's a wise one. That's a wise one.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Well, and to cap it up and to say, well, thank you. Please, what will you say? A word of advice to the sponsors, Niger 7, and the facilitator, Genesaret Resources.
First of all, Genesaret, you guys are good. I came here within the period the skill I obtained within this period of time. Before now, I never believed that I can actually achieve that within this period. But having come this far, and then with the level of proficiency I've attained, I would say Genesaret is good. And then Niger 7, they have done a very good thing, training us. We've had the skills, and I believe that is what they actually need. So aside from the training, I believe, and I want to, implore them to think about, absorbing our skill, because I believe they actually need what they have trained us on.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, I guess that's a word of advice to them too.
No,
but
of
all the
course.
same, thank you so very much. Mr.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm Cyril Basir by name.
Okay. And where are you from?
From Akwa Ibom.
Let me break it down like this. Before coming for this training, were you ever a welder?
No, I was not a welder.
Oh, so since you learned this training, you've gone through this program, how has it impacted you? How has it added to you as a person?
It has added a lot to me, yes. I had that dream of being a welder. I liked the job normally, and now this training came, and I took the opportunity very well to put on my mind so that I can get this, and I've gained a lot. I've learned a lot very well.
Okay, that's good. So now, based on what you've learned, what are the various ones you've learned, the various skills? The smile?
Yeah, learn the smile, that's the manual arc welding. Also learn the TIG, that is tungsten inert gas welding.
Yes.
We also had other programs in NDT programs.
Yes, okay.
And also IOSH, safety and health.
So the mechanized welding
as well.
Wow,
Yeah.
you learned so much has been learned.
Of course.
Apart from the welding and also the other training. So what will you rate yourself as now, as a person? How will you rate yourself?
I will rate myself, I'm a welder, and in a scale of 1 to 10. If I say a scale of 1 to 10, I can say yes, 9. I'm very good welder.
That's a good score, right?
Yes.
Definitely a good score. Okay. Basically, looking at how you've gone and you've come from how far. I believe this is the first time you're doing mechanized type of weight.
Of course. This is the first time I'm doing mechanized type of weight.
What will you say about the mechanized type of weight? How has it been?
It's very nice. Less work, less not tedious. Just know how to program the stuff, and the machine does the work for you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you feel it's a better work compared to the normal welding, or how it's like?
Since the machine give us a much better work, yes, this will give us a much better work.
Wow. So, from what you've learned, what will you be the word of advice to other trainees?
Well,
word of advice to other trainees that are coming up.
Other trainees that are coming, what I'll tell them is you should take this training, anything you're doing, training, very, very important. It's not something you come to joke. If you have time, you don't have limited time to learn a lot. So I believe anyone that is going through the training of welding need to put all his mind, focus on it. I believe you learn a lot, something you will gain in the future.
That's good. So a word of advice, which one would you put for the sponsors, Niger 7?
Well,
Genesaret Resources, the facilitators, what will you say to them?
Well, Genesaret has tried in our training. Niger 7 for putting up all this has done very well, and we have seen how we've gained. Despite we are imperfect, there are some ups and downs, but everything come out well. If you know what you came for, you get it.
That's good. So, just want to say thank you and congratulations.
Thank you very much. All right.
My name is Simiebom Tia Nelson.
Okay.
I'm from Akwa Ibom State.
That's good. Nice to know that.
So I'm one of the trainees for
Please speak up.
Okay, I want to training for Niger 7. So I was learning the work. The work was so good.
Okay. Before now, were you a welder? Before coming for this program, were you a welder?
No, I am not a welder.
This is the first time you are going through welding training.
Yes, sir.
Very well. Thank you so much. So now, looking at it, what we say, how has the training impacted on you? How has it affected? How has it added to you as a person since you started the training?
So the training was so good. The training was so fine. So I was learning a lot of work which I didn't even know before. So even now I can stand here, I can declare that I am a welder because I have learned the work.
So you can rate yourself as a good welder now?
Yes, sir.
That is good. Before now, have you undergone, because one of the trainings you went through was this mechanized welding. How will you see this mechanized welding? How will you rate it? What since you went through it and judging from the other ones you have done and this mechanized welding, tell us something about it.
So mechanized is a very good welding. It's a very good work. If somebody learn the mechanized, maybe you know how far for the mechanized. It's a very nice work.
That's stressful or very simple for you to handle?
It's a very simple work to handle it.
So what will you say to Niger 7, the sponsor, and Genesare, the facilitators? What will you say to them?
So they are trying offer for them to send me to the training. I also know the work they are sending me to come. So I also welcome Niger 7 with the answer what they are trying because I learned the work. I know the work.
Thank you so very much. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Gideon Esomchi.
Before coming for this training, were you a welder?
No, I was actually a welder. I was a student, but they called me for it, so I have to come.
You didn't have any knowledge of welding before?
Yeah.
Looking at then and now, so how will you rate yourself? As in, how has it impacted in you since you started learning this welding training? How has it impacted you? What has it added to you?
Like actually, I've seen myself in another world. Like, see myself in a bigger thing, like hope and every other thing. I learned it, and it was very okay for me, and I think I'm there.
Well, what are the various processes you learned? What are the various processes you learned?
Actually, Genesare tried for me. They taught me how to weld, argon, mechanize, TIG, all these things. Let me just use I'm now a combination welder.
That's good. So if you want to rate yourself now, what will you say? Will you say you are good, very good, excellent welder? What will you rate yourself now?
I'll rate myself very high because I'm very good and excellent. Let me just use the two words. I'm good to go now.
Okay. I believe this is the first time you are doing that mechanical style or this mechanical style of welding.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what will you say about it? How is it different from the normal welding? What do you say about mechanized type of welding?
Actually, the mechanized is let me say that it's easy way to go. Just like as if you're pressing your Android phone, you just do a nice welding. You're like put the program and all these things. It's not hard. It's not stressful. So, yeah.
But it was a process that you could understand easily.
Exactly.
And with your knowledge of welding, it was
very easy. Very easy.
Okay. So, what will you say to the sponsors of this program? Niger 7, what will you tell them? And Genesare facilitator, what will you say to them?
First of all, let me just start from God. I thank God for the wonderful opportunity from Niger 7 stroke Genesare. They did wonderful thing in my life. I pray that the company will remain and train others, and the company can never fail. Genesare from now on, Genesare will be the world will hear about Genesare. I pray. I really thank God. I really thank Genesare, and I really thank Niger 7. Kudos to them.
Thank you so very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Anu Benjamin Chima.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you, sir.
All this time, were you a welder before coming for this program?
No.
So you've never learned any form of welding before?
No.
Oh, that's good. Okay, now that you've gone through this program, how has it impacted into you? How has it added to you as a person, this welding training you've gone through, as well as other trainings that you've learned? How has it added to you?
It added a lot to me. It don't brought me to the welding work. Then and now, I can do a proud to be a welder. Even if I go outside there, I can say yes. As far as Genesaret and 97 is concerned, I love them. I love them, and I love the training when they send to me. I learn a lot from them.
Did you do the mechanized type of welding? Did you do it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how did you find it? Was it easy? Was it okay?
Easy and simple.
Easy and simple.
Yeah.
So it was very good.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Did you go offshore at all?
No.
You are not part of that.
Yeah.
So basically, your knowledge of welding has added a lot to you.
Yes, sir.
And you are now a better welder.
Yes, sir.
That's good. So what will you say to the sponsors of this program, Register 7 and Genesaret Resources?
Okay. My advice to them is I thank them so much for putting me through in this kind of welding work. I say, may God Almighty bless them, give them better contracts, and also they don't teach me work, but support me, give me the job. Like I do, I believe I can do more with them.
That's good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
My name is Ben Solomon Ete.
It's so nice having you as one of the trainers here. Before you came for the program, were you a welder? Did you learn any welding training before you came there?
Yes, I've been done that before, but there are some certain training in which I didn't pass through or undergo it, like something like mechanized training and argon welding like that, and rasins, pipeline.
So you had some form of welding training, welding knowledge before now?
Yes.
Okay, but now, seeing then and now, what can you say are the differences?
When I could be able to weld pipe now, I can weld mechanized and even argon welding.
So which makes you a combination welder?
Yes.
That's good to know that. And looking at it from the mechanized welding that you learned, how did you find mechanized welding? How was it like?
When the mechanized welding, you find it difficult to see around the area or community like this, and whereas a big company, if you go to a big company, big industry like that, you find it mechanized machine. And now in Genesaret, we be able to see mechanized machine in Genesaret. That is the only thing.
It was a good experience.
Yes.
Was it difficult? How was it like?
Alright. The mechanized welding, only the name I can make that intimidate so many people. It's a very simple process. It's a very simple process because of so far you know how to operate Android phone, you can operate mechanized machine.
Okay. What would your advice to people that are coming up that want to learn welding? What would your advice?
When the advice I can give to other people now, like my area, they don't tell people that if you do argon welding that you cannot be able to produce, you can't conceive like woman like that. But as it stands now, due to the training and the theory class that they give us, that fear, they have already killed the fear inside me. I can put my leg on feet right now and tell people that I'm a argon welder anywhere I go.
That is good. So, wow, with all this knowledge I've learned, what will you say to Register 7, the sponsor, and the facilitators?
First of all, I thank God Almighty that give me the opportunity to come here, because I did not dream the first time to come to Port Harcourt to even spend like 1 week in Port Harcourt. I thank the Register 7 that give me the opportunity to come here to know Genesaret. Because of Genesaret, I thought I passed on the way. Maybe I can see the signpost in this Genesaret. But for me to come in is not just something that make me to be the one of or seeing myself in Genesaret. That is the thing.
So they have done well to you?
Yeah. So I'm very, very happy about that.
Thank you so very much.
All right. All right.
My name is Patrick.
Mr. Patrick.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. You're one of the trainees
Yes.
in this Niger Star 7 program. Before you came for this training, were you into welding at all?
No, but I come here, I make a proper experience here. I can defend what Genesaret make for me as the upper merit they put me.
So you sabi welding well now?
I can do it successfully. Yes.
Okay. And looking at the welding now, what they call mechanized welding, what can you say about it?
I will say it, I make something, I make a good experience that I can defend the interests of Genesaret, how they make me and how they train me, how they put me. Then I'll put another one for Niger Star 7 for upper what they done as a Genesaret. I will.
Niger Star 7 has done very well by bringing you to this program.
Yes.
And the Genesaret has trained you very well
Yes.
as a welder. So
Yes.
you can say to the world now that you're a good welder.
Yes.
Okay, so
I can.
What will you say to them? How will you thank them for the opportunity?
I will say it to my own. I said, make God make them. Nothing can happen. I will defend the interests of them successfully.
No problem. Thank
Yes.
you so very much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Joe Biora, and I'm one of the trainees here.
Okay. Before now, were you a welder before coming for this training?
Nope.
You were never a welder. And, but how far has the training impacted into you? What has it added to you since you came for this training and you've gone through this number of months with the welding? How has it impacted you? What has it added to you as a welder now?
Actually, the program actually added huge lots. I've learned a lot about not just the welding alone. When it comes to engineering stuff like converting numbers, I learned a lot. Okay,
so you're saying that the other knowledge in the safety and the NDT.
Safety, NDT 1 and 2, IOH, and the welding itself.
Okay. Also, I think it's how can you now rate yourself? How can you rate yourself as a welder now? What will you say as a welder? How good are you now?
Now I can beat my chest and say that I'm a welder. In fact, a combination welder for that matter.
Combination welder. That's beautiful.
Yes.
I believe you also went through this mechanized.
Yes, exactly.
Training. So
yes.
What will you say? How was it like? Or how has it been undergoing this mechanized training?
The mechanized was awesome. We thought it was going to be very difficult, but it's not at all. So easy, and almost every one of us got it right.
So the knowledge of your manual welding has helped you in the.
Yeah, the first process being small stick is just like the foundation. Once you get that one right, you can flow easily in every other processes. That experience also helped in the mechanized because it's almost the same, just that this one is automatic.
Okay, that's good. So far you're saying that mechanized welding training, it's an advancement of the normal manual
average welding.
Added a lot to you.
Exactly.
Being a complete combination welder.
Yeah, sure.
So what advice will you give to the ones that intend to do this training and the ones that are coming behind you? What advice will you give?
The advice I have to give everyone that's going to undergo this training is, number one, you have to make up your mind that you want to be a welder, and then you have to listen to instruction. You have to be humble. You have to just have the spirit of learning, because for you to learn, you must have, first of all, prepare your mind that you're going to learn, that you're going to sit under someone and receive the training.
That's good. So what will you say to Niger Star 7, your sponsor, and Genesaret Resources, the facilitator? What will you say to them?
Wow, Niger Star 7. Man, I can't thank them enough. God will thank them for us not just for me, because almost every one of us were happy. You know, it's God's grace, and I want to say to them, thank you very much, and that the effort, the resources they spent on us is going to bring huge return. It's never going to be in vain. And for Genezareth, I want to also thank them, thank the management for their efforts. You know, nobody have it all, but I mean, they try to use what they have to make the best out of it. You know, so I'm saying also kudos to them also, because I mean, I learned all these things here, so it's a plus. You know, so I thank them all.
At Genezareth Resources, we remain committed to delivering world-class quality service aimed at satisfying our esteemed clients.